Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. So task for today, we got to go get some seed. Seed came in for the permanent pasture, so we got the trailer hooked up, as you can see behind me. It's about 2,600 pounds of seed that's coming in on some pallets. So we got to go down to the seed guy, pick that up, and then we've got the disc coming out in the next week or so, the planer, and we're gonna get it planted. We're aiming for Friday or Saturday of next week. Let's get some better light in here. So the other thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna start working on a fence. That'll be a whole video in itself, but there's some prep work that we got to get done. We got to cut some weeds down, got to move some irrigation pipe around, and so we're gonna work on that today too. So please enjoy. And enjoy. All right, they got the seed loaded, 2 pallets. Off we go, back to home. I think it'll work. 2,600 pounds of seed, custom blend. The custom blend that we got is a tall fescue Brutus, an orchard grass icon, a smooth brome Lincoln, perennial rye quartermaster. The tall fescue is, out of this 50-pound bag, 50% of this bag is tall fescue, 19% of this bag is orchard, 19% is Lincoln, the smooth brome, and 10% is the ryegrass. And then on here it says it's got 0.04% of weeds. It was tested on the 22nd of July. No noxious weeds. It's coming out of Monte Vista, Colorado is where this came from. And the seed itself came out of, let's see, the fescue came out of Oregon, the icon came out of Oregon, the brome came out of Kansas, and the rye came out of Oregon. So this is the lot, and it's a custom mix. So like I said before, we got the disc coming out sometime in the next couple of days, and then they're going to plane it. And then we're gonna plant it. We're gonna aim for the 19th to get this in the ground and start. The seed guy, the agronomist, said that it goes in middle to end of August, and so we're right in that time frame. So that's what we're gonna do. Alrighty, next thing on the docket for today, even though I didn't mention it in the intro, is we gotta run to the dump. And as part of that, we've been trying to clean up a little bit some of the random metal and well-used parts and whatnot. And so there's a fence panel down here that has been thoroughly used and we don't need it anymore. And so we're gonna run down here, grab it, throw it in the back of the truck. I gotta run and get a gasket out of the opener to go see if the parts house has one, pick up some welding tanks, and then come back. So there's our culprit down there. So we're gonna throw him in the truck. Got done with the dump. Truck is empty. We're on our way back to go get the tanks and some pivot parts. And this is where we turned this morning to go get the seed. We go down that road. We go get the seed, and then we go over to, where is it? Let's see here, these bins. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But those bins over there, that's where we went and picked up the seed. So, we're up to our favorite plumbing store, which is right up here. And let's go get our parts. So I got the pumps turned on. I was going back up to go check out the progress on getting the side roll pressurized. And I looked down in this hole and went, what the heck are those things? Well, those things are tadpoles that very badly need some water. So I was looking around, and found some more over here. Look at that, isn't that cool? Put some mud on them. Keep them hydrated till the water comes. They're probably all gonna die anyways, but this is one of my other winter projects here, is this ball is leaking. And so I gotta get this thing replaced, but we'll do it over the winter. There's a ball in there that allows the air out, but it's just worn out. And that's just a lot of water that we're wasting for no reason. You don't dare stick your finger all the way in there because it'll chop it off. So I'm just moving the ball around, trying to find a spot that'll seal it. But I think it's pretty much gone. And that water is cold. So the other thing we're going to replace this winter is this flap right here, because it's allowing a ton of water through the pivot. What's happening right now is the pivot is pressurizing about halfway up. And that's just a loss of performance on my side roll. So there's no reason to be watering this when we don't need to. So we'll come back, in an hour or two, and we'll probably see all the water coming out of here about halfway up, plus on the side roll. So we gotta fix it. So I bought some of these blue things. These are called pads. They go on the bottom of the regulators on the side roll. And the reason I'm putting new pads on is because when we came out, a couple of weeks ago, right before we shipped the calves, I noticed that there were no pads on and the water was just spraying straight down instead of out of a fan like it's supposed to. And I got to thinking, why on earth and what happened to all those pads? Well, a couple months before, we had noticed that the calves were just drinking out of the sprinkler heads. Didn't think anything about it. And then all of a sudden we put it together. The calves were spinning the pads off of the little regulator piece here, so they could get water easier than, with the fanning of the pads. So in all, they took off about 30 pads, and I was able to go back through and find about about 20 of them, 25 of them. And so I've got about 5 more to go put back on. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I guess we're going to have to stock up on these because I assume the next batch of calves is going to do the same thing. And I have seen when they tilled the ground up, I have seen older well-used pads in the ground. So I think it's just something that the cattle do to get easier access to the water, which is funny and frustrating because then you have to go and replace the pads. So, all right, all they do is they go in. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. They go in, they get into a groove like that. So let me show you again. So they go in, sit in a groove, and then they just twist. And I don't think I'll be able to twist but with one hand, but they twist, and then it just clicks in. Let's see if I can get it. There it is. There's the click. So that pad is locked in, ready to go. We need this pivot in about a week. Once we get the seed in, it's going to run 24 hours a day until that pasture comes up. So I'm working to get it back online and going through it, making sure it's ready to go till the end of the season, which is coming up here pretty quick. So let's go put another one on. Okay, we're at the next one. All right, here we go. In, and then click it in. Off to the next one. Okay, next project, before we go off and start working on the fence line, is we're raising a beef for somebody, and I want to put him on the scales and see what kind of weight he's been putting on. So let's go put him on the scales real quick. All right, first thing we got to do is we got to go get my other calf with the eye out of the way. And he's going to be a little antsy, so we're real quiet. We're going to close this gate over here. Looks like he's got a cut on his leg. He's going to be going to sales here in a little bit. All right, let me get the scales configured. All right. Oop. So we got the scales configured. That into boy's doing 670. All right, I'll let him out, put him back in his pen. So he's doing about, let's see, he was 6'10". So he's doing about 30 pounds a week or so. Not bad. All right, so now that we got the pads on, the next thing we get to do is go down and pick up the irrigation pipe along the fence so we can get ready to start rebuilding that fence. There's some tubing and everything down there, so we can take the tractor down, hook a chain up, and drag those things out. And then if it's not raining, which doesn't really rain here, so we'll probably be able to get to it. Got to hook up the bush hog, and we're gonna go mow just one cut by the fence, so when the folks are out here working, we're not working in the weeds as much. So all right, let's go get the irrigation pipe. All right, we got them chained up. Let's see how well we did getting them balanced. Got 3 of them. Not terrible. Looks like I can come down to the left just a little bit. Got it lower on that side, higher in that side, so I'll move the chain down. All right, I think I've got them kind of at a good height here. We're just skimming over the tops, but I'm totally watching those up there because there's a power line right there, and I don't feel like getting zapped today. So we're just gonna watch and be real careful as we go through here. All right, I'm gonna put you down. We're about to go through a gate. Well, we made it. The pipe did not. I don't think it's supposed to have, it's going about a 45 or so degree bend in it there. That's okay. This is all old junk pipe anyways. So we'll go down. There's a telephone pole, and there may be another pipe or two that we got to go get. So we'll run down there and go grab them.